He stole our newspaper. He is still bitter. He just needs to let it go. Just let it go, man. What it is, YouTube. Here we are back. And you're probably wondering, Marie, you have The Sims 2? Yes, I do. I do have The Sims 2. And it's the Ultimate Collection. And let me tell you guys, I've heard about The Sims 2. I've heard of it. I've done some research on it. But when I was a kid, I couldn't grab it. And I couldn't get it. And I was so upset. So, okay. Woo, she's loud. Now, you're probably wondering who this family is, and let me tell you guys, I don't know how to get rid of these black things right here, these black markings. If you guys know how, tell me down in the comments down below. But here we are in Pleasant View. And this is the little house that they have. It was a pre-built house. I just added on to it with this room. And, okay. You're just gonna, leave her there. Put her in the crib. Clean that up. Come on, Scarlet. Yes, you guys heard me right. This is The Sims 2 version of Scarlet Hedgecat and her misadventures. And let me tell you, this is the this is, I want to say 25 or so years, 50 or so years after, I think it's 25 years after Sunset Valley. Correct me if I'm wrong, if it was 25 years after Sunset Valley, but this is around the timeline of The Sims 3 version of Scarlet and Bryce. Yes, Bryce and Scarlet make a return, guys. They make a return, and they do have a story. If you guys don't know who Scarlet and Bryce is, Scarlet and Bryce are my OTP. They were first created in The Sims 4 for city living, and then I just fell in love with them. I fell in love with them, and so I made versions of them in The Sims 2 and The Sims 3. And in The Sims 3 is a lot different, like it's 25 years before Pleasant View. And in that one, things happened, and basically what happens in this thing doesn't really happen in The Sims 3, in the Sims 4 hiccups. So let me just tell you the backstory and tell you what's going on in The Sims 2 version. Okay, so here is Scarlet. Oh, show me your beautiful face, honey. This is Scarlet Hedgecat in The Sims 2. Let me tell you her information. I am still getting the hang of The Sims 2, so don't yell at me. I'm still getting the hang of it. I'll show you her. Okay. She is a Taurus. That means she is more neat than sloppy. She is more shy than outgoing. She's more lazy than active. She is more playful than serious, and she's on the edge of more grouchy than nice, which is not really true for Scarlet. I just couldn't, because I'm getting the hang of The Sims 2, I couldn't really do anything else but give her that. So basically the grouchy, she's not grouchy, she's quite nice actually. And this is what she looks like. This is my first attempt of using custom content, so don't mind me. But let me show you her relations. Now, you're seeing this guy, and you're seeing Bryce. I will tell the funny story. So when I first started playing her, you know, I thought, okay, Scarlet, you know, you're my tester sim. You're going to, you know, just do what you do when you're by yourself. But then she started, you know, having, you know, Sullivan started talking to her, and they started having a relationship. They went on a few dates. She thought, you know, oh, I'm sorry, I'm still getting the hang of this, so sorry if I'm, you know, glitching out into her, but they have more chemistry, and yes, she's the crush and love and best friends, and you're probably wondering why he isn't here, and that is because he moved out. Now, he moved out because of what happened, but let me tell you what happened between her and Sullivan. They started living together, and I thought, you know, they were, you know, OTP. I thought they were good together, you know, that cute, nice couple. She thought she was in love, and then an old flame came by. And his name is, of course, Bryce Houston. Now, in this timeline, Bryce and Scarlet have already, you know, seen each other in The Sims 3, since Sims 3 did come technically in the timeline. Sims 3 came before Sims 2, and he came by, you know, well, he moved in to help with rent and kids and all of that. And because, yes, Scarlet and Sullivan had a daughter, and she's furious because of what happened between them and her father. But this is little baby Amaya. Amaya is Sullivan's daughter, and you're probably wondering, well, why didn't Sullivan take, you know, his daughter with him? And the easiest question I can give you is because don't get me wrong, he loved his daughter. He loved her. He was the one who woke up early and took care of her and all that. But she looks mainly like, you know, Sullivan, but, you know, Scarlet intervened, and because she is technically, you know, half cat, she did intervene and say, you know, Amaya's staying with me. If you want to visit her, you can visit her when you have the time, but right now she's staying with me. He did stay for a few more months, but then, you know, he couldn't handle it anymore because Bryce and Scarlet were, you know, having their ways, and unfortunately, while Sullivan and Scarlet were still together, some, if you want to say, chemistry hit between Bryce and Scarlet, meaning in their past life, the Sims 3 version, where they were married and had all that. In this life, you know, they knew each other, but they couldn't put their fingers on it, and then it hit them all at once, and then they had this little baby, and she was pregnant with Nova, which is Bryce's daughter. she was basically pregnant with Nova while all this went down, and technically they had an autonomous, kiss, and Sullivan was in the room and he got furious. That's why, Amaya is furious with her mother and Bryce, is because basically that autonomous kiss, broke up the family. And every now and again, because, Sullivan is, angry, which he has every right to be, he gets angry, and sometimes I can see him, kick over the trash can, because he lives somewhere else. He kicks over the trash can, he takes a newspaper, he does some awful things to the house because he's still angry of what happened. But, let me show you Bryce, his Sims 2 version. Come here. Where are you? Here is the Sims 2 version of Bryce Houston. He is hungry right now, but let me show you his stuff. He is a cook. That is a recurring thing in the timelines of them. She's either painting or doing video games, or he's either cooking or becoming a food critic now. Let me see. Okay, here he is. He is a Virgo. He is more neat than sloppy, more shy than outgoing, more active than lazy, more serious than playful, a little bit more nice than grouchy. Basically, opposites attract, because some of the stuff that Scarlett has going for her is somewhat, if not close to, opposite than to Bryce. But this is little baby Amaya. She is slowly, as a toddler, forgiving her mother and Bryce for what happened, because, the dad did leave, and so to her, she feels betrayed by her own father. But they still have a good relationship. It's just she's more forgiving because, they try to make it up to her. But here is little baby Nova sleeping in the crib. This cutie right here. She is, she to me looks a lot more like both of them, actually. I can't really tell in the baby stage like I could with Amaya, because Amaya straight off the bat reminded me of her father. And Amaya will be actually, I think, let me see, she will be aging up at 6 p.m. today, I think. But like I said, The Sims 3 and The Sims 2's backstory intertwines, because Sims 3 is 25 years before The Sims 2, so you'd think, they'd be old and all that, but no, unfortunately, in The Sims 3, some stuff does happen, and I will be doing it, if I can, if my Sims 3 will be nice to me, I will be doing what happens to them in The Sims 3, and then The Sims 2 is their next life, and they have, because each timeline, Nova is their daughter no matter what happens. Nova is their daughter, and they only have Nova, unfortunately. But I might change that, but so far Nova is their only daughter so far. But in this is their new life, and they're engaged and about to be married, and some stuff does happen, some drama does happen in this life stage, in this lifetime, but the only one that does change excuse me, sorry. The only thing that does change is the fact that Amaya in The Sims 4 is not Sullivan's daughter. In The Sims 3, Amaya does not exist. Scarlett does know of Sullivan, but she doesn't have any intimate relationships with him. She just knows about him. So Amaya does not exist in The Sims 3. In The Sims 2, she does exist, obviously, because she's right here. And Sullivan and Scarlett does get in a romantic relationship, and they do get close to getting married, but then Bryce comes in and changes everything, and together they have Nova, and Sullivan is like a little bit bitter. But in The Sims 3, they do meet a tragic end close to when their daughter Nova is a teenager. In this timeline, their tragic end will not happen. This is like the happy timeline. In The Sims 4, in the alternate timeline where Sims 4 does take place, in The Sims 4, Amaya is not Sullivan's daughter. Amaya is actually Bryce's and Amaya's Bryce's and Scarlett's daughter. Sorry about that. And basically, Sullivan does not exist. Sullivan actually is in the alternate timeline. Sullivan is the one that meets the tragic end, so technically Scarlett never meets him, never has intimate relationships with him, so therefore Amaya is never born via Scarlett and Sullivan, but she is born via Bryce and Scarlett. So that's the only thing that changes in the alternate timeline. Also, in the alternate timeline, Scarlett and Bryce doesn't meet a tragic end. And Amaya and Nova are no longer half sisters. They are full sisters, full supporting, loving sisters. If you guys want, I can do a let's play if you guys want me to, or a little bit of a story for The Sims 3 of Bryce and Scarlett, to give you a visual depth of what is going on between these timelines, all the alternate timelines, all the weird timelines, all this, because technically it is a vanilla story, and with The Sims 3, it is a sad story because, you know, Scarlett and Bryce do meet a tragic end. They only have their one daughter. Nova grows up into a young adult from a teenager, having to carry the burden of what happened to her parents, and we do continue on with, you know, tragedy, and basically The Sims 3 timeline is not the happiest timeline for Bryce and Scarlett. In The Sims 2, it's a much more happier, a little bit more drama filled timeline, and then The Sims, but a little more, it is happier, a little drama driven. But in The Sims 4, it is a fully happy, you know, timeline. No one dies until old age. It's basically the timeline they were meant to live by. But if you guys want to want to check out, you know, the timeline, The Sims 3 timeline of Bryce and Scarlett, and how they met their tragic end, what happens to Nova, what happens to how Sullivan gets into the picture, because again, she does know Sullivan. I believe I said that she does know Sullivan in The Sims 3, but they do not have intimate relations. therefore Amaya is never born. Sims 2, obviously Sullivan, you know, tries to get to her first, and, you know, basically things happen, and I want to know if you guys want to see the Sims 3 tragic story of Scarlett and Bryce, and I want you guys to, you know, see what happened between them and between this messed up love triangle. Because you're only seeing by this current household, you're only seeing a glimpse of what happened, and I want to show you guys the full thing, but only if you guys want it. So let me know in the comments down below. But I don't think I showed you. She is a Sagittarius. Miss Amaya is a Sagittarius. So it means she's more sloppy than neat. She's more shy than outgoing. She's more active than lazy. She's more playful than serious. And she is kind of in the middle of more grouchy than nice. But like I said, let me know what you guys want and I will deliver. So I can't check my time right now. I don't know if this video is longer or shorter. But let me show you guys the house. It is a house that came with the world. I just added the back bedroom because, you know, they had Nova, and this originally was a 2-bedroom and they needed space. So if you guys haven't played The Sims 2 or you haven't played in this house, over here is the kitchen. They had enough points to get this smart baby formula thing, so they have that for Nova, because Amaya didn't need it because by the time Amaya became a toddler, Sullivan actually got her started on some of her toddler skills. There's the phone. Over here is the bathroom in all its glory. It does have a shower. It's just I'm still trying to get used to Sims 2 controls, so don't mind me. Shower. Here is the computer we got from Mr. Humble. This is the old flower / love letter that Sullivan gave her. She only keeps it because, you know, it's something for Amaya for when she grows up. So when she explains what happened to her father. Here's the bookcase where she studies. Here's the dining room, the easel and the high chair. The high chair is custom content, but this easel came with a game that is Bryce Booty. He's painting right now because he, I guess, wants to be one with nature. Oh my lord, where are we? Here is Bryce's and Scarlett's bedroom. It used to be Scarlett and Sullivan's, but as soon as Sullivan, you know, saw that he was betrayed, he didn't want to be in the same room as, you know, the betrayer. Over here is Sullivan's old workout area. It's just there now. I think we can get rid of it for money. The patio, or the balcony I should say, or whatever you call it. Here is the logics table. Here is Nova's room. Nothing too big, you know, just a crib and changing table and potty somewhere right there. Here is another bathroom for the kids upstairs, you know, tub, sink, shower, and toilet. Here is, it used to be connected to Amaya's room, but since the 2 kids, we did some renovations. Here is Amaya's room. It's the same as when she was a baby. Changing table, crib, and toilet. She doesn't really use that as nothing more than a dresser now. And that is it for the house. I know I sped through that, but I just wanted to make sure I still had enough time to show you guys that. What are you doing? She is taking a shower. I'm gonna have him quickly. What the huh? I swear there was a bottle right here. Where'd it go? Okay. I guess we don't need to get rid of the bottle. They want to marry. I think we just well, as long as you don't play your past life, because she's playing The Sims 3 right now. So as long as she doesn't play her past life, what are you? It is springtime, and then it's gonna be summer again. So she used to work as a gamer, but when she fell pregnant, she kind of decided to be a home, maker. But she does paint to give money. Here is a better view of Bryce. He is handsome as always, and no matter what timeline he is in. Same with my baby Scarlet. Their eyes are custom content. One of the first things I got for custom content. Well, don't scrap it. I need you. Oh. Scrap. Leave the baby alone. The baby is quiet. The baby is happy. Oh, leave the baby alone. Because I can tell you everything in The Sims 2 is much more fast paced. I wasn't ready. Paint, 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 woman. I said paint, woman. See, she loves him. See, but as you guys can see, he stole our newspaper. He is still bitter. He just needs to let it go. Just let it go, man. I know he's not gonna let it go. He's quite furious with us, but anyway, the bell did ring, and that means it is time for me to end this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, but also don't forget to share this video to friends, family, anyone. It helps support me in this channel. Don't forget to ring the bell so you guys know when the next episode of this, whether I do this or something else, whatever comes to my channel comes out. Don't forget to check down to in the description box to see what links you can contact me at, talk to me at, do what you need to do. Don't forget to also check to see what links you can support me at. I do have my Game Wisp and my Patreon down in there, so check those out so you can win some mighty cool prizes, guys. Mighty cool prizes. And don't forget that, guys, don't forget to leave suggestions, guys. I'm here. I may not record as often as I should, but you know, things are starting to come along, you know, stuff's starting to move. It was a little slow, but it's moving along. I will catch you kids next time. Also, don't forget to comment if you guys want to know the backstory, the previous timeline of Bryce and Scarlet, what happened to them, what happens to Nova, what happens to Sullivan. It is a nasty love triangle. I want you guys to know about it. I want you guys to know, but only if you guys want to. And I will catch you kittens next time. Bye bye.